All right, everyone, welcome back to our second session. And for our second session, we are going to study Blueprint 2, Unit 5, A New Place, to page 71. And before that, we will going to review our previous lesson, vocabulary, abbreviations, and also word stress. And for our new lesson for today, lesson 4, the same lesson, everyone, the best apartment. Part E, grammar, and Part F, grammar practice. And for your exercise for today, you are going to answer Part G, use the language. So everyone take out your blueprint textbook, student book, and let's start. Now for your review, like what I've said earlier, we are going to talk about one more time our previous lesson, vocabulary. So here are the vocabulary words and the pictures. So we have heat, lights, furnished, and unfurnished. As you can see, everyone, last time we talked about the word un. What does it mean? Un means not, correct. So if this word is furnished, therefore unfurnished is also the same as not furnished. So take note with that one. Now moving on to our next part is abbreviation. Abbreviation is a shortened form of a word or phrase. So they make it shorter. Next, for another part, we talk about word stress. Word stress is the manner in which stresses are distributed in or on the syllables of a word. It, it is also called a word accent. So I forgot to put letter T in here. So accent. So take note about that. Now let's move on to our new lesson for today. Actually, it's the same lesson, but we will just move to another part, which is part E, and we are going to talk about grammar. So everyone, what is superlative adjective? Superlative adjective, generally, we use the before a superlative, sometimes or especially when there's no noun after the superlative. We don't. So, everyone, as you remember, we talk about comparative. So, for this lesson, we are going to talk about superlative. Now, everyone, do you know what is superlative? All right, so as you can see in this chart, superlatives for the highest degree. We have one syllable in here, which is adjective plus est. Example, big to biggest, small to smallest. And another one is adjectives ending in y to iest. For example, pretty to prettiest, happy and happiest. Also, we have two or more syllables, most or most plus adjective. Example, most interesting and most expensive. And also we have irregular words or verb in here. So instead of saying or writing goodest, we change into best. From bad to worst, we cannot say baddest. So these are the irregular examples for superlative adjectives. Now, in here, superlatives for the lowest degree, least plus adjective. So here's the example: least interesting, least healthy, least capable, and least smart. So lowest degree. So these are the examples for our subject or for our lesson for today, superlative adjective. Now let's move on to our grammar practice in part F. So read the chart and complete the sentences using the correct forms of the adjectives. So as you can see, everyone, we have comparisons in here. apartment 1, apartment 2, and apartment 3. So I will give you time to identify which are the words that you have to finish for this. Okay, so we have number 1. Apartment 1 is the what? Do we need to put the highest adjective form or the lowest degree adjective form? So this is least expensive. So we use the lowest degree for this. Next, number 2, apartment 2 is the, what do you think? Closest to school. Correct. Number 3, apartment 2 is the large apartment. So what is the correct form? Largest. Correct. Number 4, apartment 3 is big than apartment 1. So what do you think is this? Is this bigger or biggest? Yes, this is bigger. We have to compare other, not two or more. Next is apartment 3, number 5. Apartment 3 is cheaper or cheapest. As you can see, you have than. This is your guide. What kind of form that you need to use? Cheapest or cheaper? Correct. Cheaper than apartment 2. So I hope that you get the correct answer for this practice. Now, everyone, for part G, use the language. Ranking. It can be hard to choose a new house or apartment. There are many different factors or things to consider. Look at the list of the factors on the right. Try to add at least more or one more item to the list. Put the factors in order from most important to least important. Then compare your list with a partner. So since you don't have any partner with you, everyone, what you are going to do is put the ranking number like 1 to 7 or 1 to 9 because we have 9 space blank space in here. What you are going to do, 1 is the highest and the highest number will be the lowest or least important. So for example, for me, if I'm looking for an apartment or a house, my first priority is safety. So this is my most factor that I need to consider. So the rest, everyone, you can create your answer using numbering. So this is your exercise for today. Do not forget to send this answer to your teacher's personal telegram, okay? So that's the end of our second session, and I'll see you again next time, everyone. Goodbye.